Welcome to Tales from the Streets.
Here's what our narrator has to say. I still have goosebumps every time I remember the incident that happened early last year. I have often heard of people say they saw a ghost, you know, seeing the dead in their dreams and talking to them, that sort of thing. I can accept things like that. But this one that happened to us was not just me. My entire family saw it. It is baffling, and even my pastor can't explain it. See, we sell food. My mother owns a restaurant in Ogba, and I work for her whenever I come home for break from school. I am a part-time student at Unilag. We serve mostly Igbo dishes. We also serve other dishes like jollof rice, fried rice, and so on. But what sells most at our restaurants are soups and swallows, like bitterleaf, afang, white soup, egusi, draw. You know what I'm talking about? Like I said, most of our food are Igbo dishes. So as expected, most of our customers are Igbos, even though we also have other customers. Anyway, among the horde of customers, there was Chidi. He owns a shoe shop somewhere around Penn Cinema. Yes, people come from that far to eat at my mother's restaurant. Our food is very good though. Don't try us. Okay, so I said Chidi was among them. Who is Chidi to us? A regular customer who had been coming to our shop to eat for more than 3 years. As a sure Igbo dude, Chidi will always travel in December. And that's why December is one of our worst months because most of our customers go home for Christmas. Anyway, 2 days after Christmas, Chidi came and told my mother that he will be traveling home the next day, which was a Friday, 28th of December, 2018. He told my mother that though he would miss her cooking, his mother was waiting for him at home to prepare him soup that even my mother couldn't cook. We all laughed because Chidi was a funny person. He was like 36 years old and was married with 2 children. I never met his family. He just talked about them, once in a while. And there was one time he showed me his wife and his young boys in his phone. As you can guess, once it's year end, we don't cook as much as we usually do because, remember I said, customers became scanty towards the new year. We saw Chidi on a Thursday. He said he will travel on Friday. And because we don't open shop on weekends, we didn't see any customers until after the new year. But guess who we saw? Chidi. He came in and requested for bitterleaf soup and semo. As soon as he sat down, we started making fun of him. We told him we hadn't started cooking for the year. And he's already asking for food. We asked him what happened to his mother's special soup. In fact, I remember my mother teasing him in Igbo. She said, Chidi, I thought you said you were traveling on Friday. You don't want to go and eat your mother's soup? Or my soup is now sweeter than your mother's own? He just smiled and told my mother that maybe she put medicine in her soup, that's why he couldn't go home again. He said he was stuck with us. We all laughed, myself and my 2 sisters who were in the shop. And since we hadn't begun to cook for the year, my mother said we should give him soup from our own pot. So we served him ogbono and semo. He was back the following day, and that's how he kept coming for almost 2 weeks to eat his lunch at our shop. Around the 16th of January, many of our customers who traveled to the east had begun to come back, and the shop started filling up again. Everybody was getting busy and life was getting on as normal again. Then Uche, a friend of Chidi's, came to eat. He too had just returned from the east. He came in wearing black from head to toe. We did not even suspect anything. He sat down and one of my sisters asked him what he wanted to eat. He said bitterleaf and semo. My sister just teased him and said he wants to act like Bobo in this heat, wearing black on black. As soon as she said that, Uche just began to cry. I swear he was bawling like a baby. Uche, Ogini, what is it? He was crying so hard he could not talk. And it was another customer, can't remember his name, who told us that Chidi was involved in an accident in December on his way home to the east and that he died. They said his brain was scattered all over because the car he was traveling in somersaulted and landed in the bush when the tire burst. Mba, it can't be true. Which Chidi? The same Chidi that had been coming to eat here in the last 2 weeks? Mba. They didn't know what they were talking about. We told them about the conversations we had had with Chidi, the many times he had come for lunch, but they were just staring at us. We told them to wait and see, that Chidi would soon come. We were so sure that Chidi would come that day. We waited and waited, but Chidi did not come. I still do not believe it. So Uche opened his phone and showed us the photos of the mangled vehicle Chidi traveled in. He showed us the photo of his corpse in the morgue. It was swollen and bloodied. It was only then that we realized we had been talking and feeding a ghost for the last 2 weeks.
If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.